Vincent Van Gogh, or Van Gogh if you're European. 1853 to 1890, he died at the age of 37. He produced 860 oil paintings, 43 of which were self-portraits. I'm going to start this video off with quite a few of his self-portraits. I don't have all of them. And I'm not even sure that these are all by him, but mostly they look like they're by him. He was very perplexed and interested in doing his self-portrait, not because he was vain, but just simply because he didn't have any other good model. Vincent suffered from depression, poverty, and it's claimed that he was suicidal. He had a close brother named Theo, who was an art dealer and was a great financial support to him. He kept him in paint, paid for his expenses, and did a great deal to help him out. Vincent took up painting in 1881 when he was 28 years old. He didn't really gravitate toward painting until he was much into his adulthood. In 1886, he moved to Paris, where he met Paul Gauguin, and was very much under the influence of Paul Gauguin for a number of years. Vincent had numerous psychotic episodes and delusions. He drank heavily, and when he and Paul Gauguin lived in the south of France, in their little yellow house, there was, at first, it was a great bromance between the two painters, but in no time at all, there was a great deal of acrimony between the two of them. And, of course, in a fit of jealous rage, Van Gogh cut off his ear, or at least part of his ear, and Gauguin split, never having seen him again. Gauguin had a version of the story. It took him 15 years to finally admit it, but it was clear that they had a lot of problems getting along, and that Gauguin was smart enough to realize that Vincent was in deep trouble and he needed to leave. The Fauves and the German Expressionists claimed to have been very influenced by Gauguin and by Vincent. Toulouse-Lautrec, Paul Signac all defended his work. Claude Monet even claimed Van Gogh's work was the best in the show at the Artistes Indépendants in 1890, where he exhibited 10 paintings. In July 27 of 1890, he was shot. Some say there were some boys that found a gun in the field and showed it to him, and it perhaps accidentally went off and shot Vincent in the stomach. Or another story says that Vincent shot himself. His brother immediately came to his rescue, and he was in pretty good spirits, but he died a couple of days later from an infection from the gun bullet. Vincent had many psychotic episodes and delusions. He spent a lot of time in care, hospital care, psychotic hospital care. Dr. Gachet was one of his main helpers. And Vincent had a lot of theories about what colors meant. He was very interested in color. He claimed yellow meant emotional truth and a symbol for God and sunlight. He had a lot of other theories about color, and he wrote a lot of letters to his brother, and his brother wrote a lot of letters back to him, of which few survived because Vincent didn't save that many. But still, nonetheless, the letters, and there's quite a few of them published online, are very interesting to read. He was intelligent and well-spoken. He actually spoke Dutch, French, and English, but he nonetheless suffered from what some claim as an extreme bipolar situation, or it was schizophrenic, but nonetheless he was very psychologically damaged. His work, he never sold a painting. His paintings were not popular while he was alive in terms of sales, but after he died, Theo's wife did a great deal to promote him, and he eventually became world-renowned. I've been to numerous exhibits of his work. They're always shown in very dark light, with a pin light illuminating the painting. And at first, it's a little disturbing to see them, but once you know how they were painted, it makes sense. He used what were called lakes, which were pigments that were made from organic compounds, and they fade. And in fact, some of his paintings have already faded about 50%. So they say that in another 100 years, most of his paintings will have vanished. I really like Van Gogh's work. He had a strong sense of purpose, and he was not proud to be the world's greatest artist. He was not a technical master. He just followed his own heart. Sometimes he did away with the brush and just squeezed the paint right out of the tube onto the canvas. Sometimes he even ate some of the paint, which I've never understood why. But nonetheless, his paintings have a unique look and are absolutely magnificent in every way. Thanks for watching this Naked Artist Exposure video. Again, I'm Preston McCall, and please hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll continue to make a few more of these. Thank you.